I know you're enjoying our nice food, refreshment, but we'd like to request everybody to join us over here. Thank you.
FTW Batch 9, let's go, let's go!
Batch 9, hello. I can still see you walking around in the networking areas. Could we have you guys please join us here in the presentation? Okay, so I'm hoping everyone got some refreshments, got a little bit time to talk to everyone else here. I would just like to introduce, you've been seeing me all afternoon, but let me just introduce you again, the AVP and head of the branding and marketing, branding and communities of PLDT. Yes.
I had an introduction a little earlier, but I was so excited listening to all the capstones, promising, potential is very powerful, right? Women power? Yeah. Good energy, yes. Yeah. So we are going out not to delay anything this afternoon, the fun part. We'll pass it on to Kara to open the important segment for this afternoon's affair.
Thank you everyone. We're coming toward, first of all, Batch 9, tapos na yung capstones. You're ready to go. Lizzie was telling me earlier, we were having a look at all the PLDT execs there listening to you, and I saw a lot of nods. I saw a lot of, so hopefully that will translate into some good news very soon for all of you. And we couldn't be happier with the results because you all did so well. Well done, Batch 9, well done. Now comes to the inspirational part also of our day, wherein we're going to invite keynote speakers to give us some ideas of the journeys they've gone on themselves and some things they've learned in their life and career journeys. First, we have Gina P. Ordoñez, or GPO, as she is known to her colleagues, who serves as the Chief People Officer and Senior Vice President at PLDT. So, someone who's, you have to impress more than that, might be coming later, but she's pretty much up there. So, thank you so much for supporting us from the beginning, Gina, and for coming today. She has a significant role, as you know, in shaping the company's human resources strategy. Gina is also a member of the International Coach Federation and the Asia Pacific Alliance of Coaches, showcasing her commitment to professional development and coaching. No wonder she firmly believes in transformative education and career mobility. And FTW has been the direct recipients of this belief. Thank you so much, Gina. Let's welcome our PLDT sponsor, Gina P. Ordoñez.
Thank you very much, Kara. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. So excited. Batch 9, FTW, all presentations are impressive. What I take away from that is data science can be simplified. It's something that's so practical, something that we need to understand and take advantage, and it's an opportunity for each and every woman out there. So women power. For a while I was telling Esther, our president for PLDT and Smart, that initially we wanted the guests to all be women. But then there is inclusion in diversity. So of course we love our male counterparts and especially our new IT head, Gilbert Lau. And of course, thank you, Audrey. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate our 30 graduates. Good job. Good job. Cara explained earlier that 14 weeks ago, you have different levels of understanding of data science, but you all came across knowing exactly what you were talking about. The story was clear, the data accurately used, and the judges, thank you very much for emphasizing the strengths and the areas that you really wanted to clarify. But overall, the 30 graduates passed the session today. Okay? So congrats to all graduates. We're proud of you and we look forward to actually hearing about you and still connecting with you as to how you can bring your data science knowledge and use it for the community and on a positive way, favorable way. Because there's also that side of data that points on ethics. So we learn about that as we go along, but that's important as well. So for me, I'm currently the HR head of PLDT Smart. And prior to that, my journey has been long and very, it was a learning journey for me. So far, I've been to 5 industries and I experienced like more or less 7 to 8 jobs that were adjacent. So I started off with the airline industry doing frontline and moved to banking and stayed there longest. And I think in the airline or even in the banking, it's important for me to understand information and use it in the way I explain to customers or even I explain to my bosses what I'm working on and how I'm problem solving. So even during those days, information was key. So when I moved from the financial industry, I chose to go to healthcare. And because I'm challenged by the possibility of still using my stock knowledge in using information in a very different industry. What I realized is that the hospital is the most complex because of the emotional part of working in that environment. And while airline would be more fast-paced and talking to customers, looking at losses of baggage and cargo, when you move into the banking side, it's very financial in nature. You have to know exactly what the interest rates are, the products, and talking about reconciling issues about credit cards, loans, etc. And there was an emotional part there, which is really the skill of dealing with customers and dealing with your colleagues. But when you get to the hospital setting, you deal with the medical practitioners, there's a protocol they follow, and the only way you can actually work with them is to understand what they're doing and to be able to speak their language, not to the extent of the technical part of what they do, but really to adapt to the environment and still use information when you talk to them. So when I was talking about when you go into the healthcare, the first instance was because I came from an operations role in banking. So when I joined the hospital group of MVP group, I was with Makati Med. What we introduced was really more of the process flow, cycle time, turnaround, how long does it take for you to go through the ER, primary, acute, the flow. So it's an engineering approach to how you administer the flow in the hospital. How fast can you attend to the customers? How can you optimize the equipment? How many OR beds do you have? And are you actually getting the right materials when you have surgery? And which particular supplies do you need to replenish? And how can you count every centavo that you have to earn from every outpatient, inpatient flow? So it's very data driven, and there's really it's very difficult to understand the hospital, the healthcare, and how you can administer it if you don't have data. So moving from that side, from the healthcare side, I actually moved to the BPO industry because I felt that companies are beginning to outsource. Companies are beginning to complement their organic workforce by the use of partners whose core competency are in different facets. No, it could be warehousing, could be call center. So there was really an expanded thought around how do you manage a company, how do you manage an organization. So when you look at those different industries, and finally, of course, telco, and I've always been operations and service quality, and through the previous experiences, I'm not an engineer, but I'm an environmental planning graduate, which is like 30 years ago, and it's only now that we're talking about ESG. But anyway, at least we're doing something about the environment. So when I go back to that, I just had to adapt to the opportunity of learning Six Sigma, lean management, quality, and I felt like those are things that I need to embrace as I go along. And when I went to the different industries, I just kept on embracing all the things that I can learn. And I think I just believe in the principle that the only thing that's constant in the world is change. And if we deal with change and we ourselves internalize that change, then it will be very easy to deal with unstructured problems and think through insights around how do you problem solve and how do you face the crisis we have now, climate change, the recent typhoon, how can you be resilient and rise above and innovate in terms of how we deal with situations. So the best is really for you to continue learning. That's what I believe in, that's what I want to share. And I feel so happy listening to the presentations. And I feel like the youth, their generation, will really enable the Philippines to address common problems we have in the environment, in the social segments, and then even, of course, in terms of governance and ethics. So there are different, very, very diverse presentations now, so very different insights around how you do that. But I'd like to encourage you to really push through with this change. I know the challenge of shifting, the challenge of learning, but at the end, the fulfillment is much, much more than the effort that you put in. So again, I'd like to say that you did a good job and we're proud of you. I'd like to also acknowledge, of course, FTW. We're so happy to have partnered with you, Cara, and your team. And of course, with the help of Marife, our PLDT board of directors, and Esther, who has actually introduced FTW. The first meeting we had several months ago, it was from the start very interesting because there was a purpose. And I've seen the ratio of women and female and male in organizations across different levels, particularly in telco, healthcare, and even in banking. And historically, it's always been occupied by the male gender. And even to this day, I still see a 70% male, 30% female. And when I go into the STEM fields, it's even more emphasized. So I think the focus of FTW is so much needed now. And for me, we need to bring out the best in women because we know that we have qualities that we are born with, that we can really do a number of things that we can multitask, we can look into details, we really make it an effort to put in as much energy, passion to solve problems. And when I think about how what the dream is and what the vision is, we have so many opportunities now where women can really rise above and lead. So again, thank you to FTW. Thank you very much to also the team of Cara. You've opened up our eyes to another, I would say, like a focus area for our people group to pursue. So this is not the end. I think it's just the beginning of our partnership. We look forward to many more programs, initiatives with your team, Karen. Thank you very much. Good luck and congratulations again.
Thank you so much,